Hello friends, this is Smita here and our today's topic is Tally invoicing features and its configuration. In Tally, we have seen how to enter purchase invoice, sales invoice along with the stock items. We have even learned how to proceed the purchase order or sales orders. Now we will add some features and do some configuration for making the invoices more effective. Let's start with the same. First part is actual and bill quantity. Always we purchase the things where we find some discounts. Otherwise, we purchase the things where we get different offers, like buy one get one free, buy three get fourth free. Like this, there are different types of offers available. How to enter such type of invoices where the goods or products are sold with different offers? Here is the way to solve such type of queries. See, actual and bill quantity. To have separate columns for quantity actually sold and billed for. In such invoices, we need two columns where we can enter the actual quantities, those are sold, and the quantities on which the bill is raised. So we have to enable this feature to have separate two columns for quantity actually sold and billed for. So how to enable this feature? Go to F11, open the features of the company and enable this question. Use separate actual and bill quantity columns in invoices. So let's start with the example. The example is we have purchased soaps, Lux soap, 500 units at the rate of 50. Okay, but the scheme was with buy 5 get one free. So if we buy 5 Lux soaps, we will get one free as a scheme available. So let's start entering this purchase invoice. This is our company, Royal Suppliers Private Limited, and now we have purchased Lux soap. So we will create this item. At the same time, we will enter the purchase invoice with different columns. So for this, first is go to F11, enable use separate actual and bill quantity columns in invoices. So open voucher. It's a purchase invoice. Now see, we have this purchase invoice have only one quantity column. Now what we will do, we will open F11 features of the company, and this question needs to be enabled. Use separate actual and bill quantity columns in invoices. So I'm pressing Y from my keyboard, enter, press Ctrl A to save all the things. See, now we have two columns in our invoice. So suppose the date is not given, we will enter this transaction on 1st of May, enter. So supplier's invoice was purchase 025, enter, dated 1st of May, party Balaji Traders, enter. If we are going through the purchase order processing, here you will have the challan number or receipt note number. At present we are just entering the invoice, so there is nothing to be selected. At receipt details, enter, Control A. Here also you can accept whatever the party details are available, or you can change for this particular entry. So I am pressing Control A. Purchase ledger will be purchase account. Now what we have purchased, Lux. We don't have this item in the list. How to create? Either go to create button or press Alt C from the keyboard. So the name of the stock item is Lux soap. Under we can create one group by pressing Alt C. It is bath soap. Bath soap can be a grouping part. It is a primary group, and yes, quantities should be added. Yes. So category I'm not creating it at present. We have the bath soap as a group, and in that we have Lux soap. Now we can select units at the rate of okay. So we will count them in numbers. Rest of the things as it is. Enter. Now tracking number is not available as we are not going through the purchase order processing. We are just entering the sale purchase invoice. So no tracking number, no order number. Go down. In which go down we will store these things. MG road. How much quantity we have purchased? We have purchased 500 units at the rate of 50. So buy 5 get 1 free. So we have purchased 500 and we get per 5 we are getting one more as a free sample. So if you purchase 5 we will get 100 extra, right? So actually we received 600 pieces. Enter. But bill is for 500 pieces and the rate is 50 rupees. So when amount is calculated, it will be calculated on this 500 units on the bill quantity, not on the actual goods that we have received. We have received one quantity extra for every 5 items. So 500 goods are billed at the rate of 50. So total amount of the invoice will be 25,000. Enter. Enter. No discount available. Enter. The new number will be purchase 025. If credit days available are 30 days. Enter. Enter. Being goods purchased with the scheme. Just a minute. With buy 5 get 1 free scheme. So this is how we can enter the quantities which are different. Actual quantities are different and bill quantities are different. Enter. Enter. Now let's check the stock. Go to stock summary, which is in reports, gateway of tally reports, stock summary, and we have bath soaps. See, we have 600 units. As we have purchased 500 units and we got 100 units free, while purchasing, we paid 50 rupees per item. But if you check the rate, it is showing 41.67 because it is showing the rate per piece as we have 600 pieces in our stock. So costing get reduced to 41.67 paisa, not 50 rupees. So this is how you can enter actual and bill quantity invoices. The next feature is separate discount column. There are possibilities that we get trade discount, and we know trade discounts are not reflected in the books of accounts. There we do not provide any separate discount ledger for such trade discount, and to enter such trade discounts we need a separate discount column. So to have the separate discount column we need to enable separate discount features. So go to F11 voucher. Suppose we have received a discount of 2% on Luxo. Okay. So suppose we have purchased again 100 units at the rate of 50 on one second May. So supplier's invoice number is purchase 26. Okay. Dated so and so. Party name is Balaji Traders. Receipt details are as it is, party details are as it is, purchase. Now we have these two columns, actual and bill quantity. Okay, and now we want another column known as discount column. For that I'm pressing F11 from my keyboard and enable the question use discount column in invoices. Yes. So we have purchasing Lux soap. There are no offers available at present. So we are buying 100 units. So actual quantity is 100, bill quantity is 100 at the rate of 50, and here we get the discount column. Suppose we have received 2%, just press 2 and percentage sign will come automatically. So it will calculate 2% on this 5,000 rupees. Enter. So 100 rupees gets deducted. So 2% on 5,000 comes around 100 rupees. Or if you have 10% discount, so 5,000 minus 500, 4,500. This is how it gets calculated automatically. Enter, enter. This is how we can have a separate discount column. The billing or invoice amount is 4,500, and not, it doesn't shows the amount of discount which gets deducted. So it is a trade discount which never gets reflected in the books of accounts. Suppose if you want to check the entry of this invoice, just change the mode by pressing Control H and go to voucher. See, we can see the entry as purchase account debit to that Balaji Traders. It doesn't show the effect of 500, which was a discount amount. So with this, we can enter with separate discount column. We can enter the trade discount. So for entering trade discount, we can use this feature. So give narration and press enter, being goods purchased with trade discount of 10%, whatever. So this is how we can enter the invoices along with the trade discount. Now the next feature is price list. What do you mean by price list? Price list is a predefined price declaration for different stock items for different quantity. So we can decide the price for our stock item to be sold. Set price or rate according to the quantity. So suppose we are selling one or two quantities, the rate will be different. If you are selling in bulk or if you are purchasing in bulk, the rate will be different. So this is known as the price list. We need to set the price list according to the number of quantities we sell. More the quantity, the rate will get reduced. No, lower the quantity, the rate will be higher. So just fill up the quantity of the stock and the rate will come automatically as per the price list that we have already created. What we have to do while entering the invoice, just enter the stock quantity, the rate will automatically arrive. So price list can be linked to customer ledger also. Let's see how to enable this feature. Go to gateway of Tally, press F11 for features, enable multiple price levels, and then create price levels and price list. For example, I have one example with us. Create a price list for Lux soap. We are creating a price list for Lux soap. We will read this. So if we sell the goods quantity from 0 to 25, suppose we are selling 25, 23, 22, 20, 0, 1, 2 units, the rate will be 65 and we will not offer the discount. If goods sold, the quantity is between 25 to 100, the rate will be 65, but we will provide 2% discount. The goods sold between 100 to 250, rate will be 63 and 3% will be the discount. For quantity ranging from 250 to 500, rate will be 63, but discount will get increased. And quantity above 500, rate is provided as 60 rupees and discount will be 5%. So for this type of feature, we need to enable discount column also. So we need to enable two features, out of which first we have already created. That is, we have already enabled the discount column feature. Now we have to enable the multiple price levels feature. So go to F11 and create multiple price levels. Yes. Enable this question. Enable multiple price levels. Yes. Enter. Press Ctrl A. Now, this next second step is go to gateway of Tally, create in the masters, create price levels. So create, see here price levels are there. First we have to create price levels. Suppose we are creating different types of price level. If you are selling to retailers, if you are selling to wholesalers, or within the area, suppose within Maharashtra, outside Maharashtra, like this, we can create different price levels and we can attach these price levels to our customers. So let's create like retailers, then wholesalers, then customers from Maharashtra, then out of Maharashtra. Like this, we can create different price levels. We can add more also as and when we need them. So at present, we have created price levels, these four types of price levels. Enter. Okay. Now the next part is create price list. Create price list. Let's create price list. Again, in the create, we have price list. So whether you are creating price list group wise or category wise, select the option as per your company requirement. So I'm creating it as a group wise. So price list, and as per our example, we have the price list for Lux soap. So Lux soap is from the group bath soap. So bath soap, I'm selecting the group name as bath soap. We have the list of all the groups to the right hand side. Select the group name, price level for what type of customers we are creating for wholesalers. Suppose we are creating it for wholesalers, applicable from which date this price level will get applicable. So from the day one, 1st of April, the second screen appears where we have to select the stock item. So we have only one stock item in bath soap, which is Lux soap. Enter. Now here we will enter the screen. So from 0 to 25, the rate will be 65 and discount will be 0. So at present, from part is empty, just less than put 25, rate will be 65. Just a minute, I'll check. It is 65 and no discount. So 65, and in discount column, we will just leave it. So we will not provide any discount. Enter. Now from 25 to 100 quantity, rate will be 65, 2% discount. 25 to 100, the rate will be 65 and 2% will be the discount. Press enter. It will continue from 100 units. From 100 to 250, rate 63, 3% discount. So 250, rate is reduced, and also we are offering 3%. Just press 3% sign will come automatically. So we are providing 3% as a discount. Next, from 250 to 500, rate is 63, 4% discount. So 500, rate is 63 and 4% is the discount. And above 500, there is no less than amount available, less than quantity available. So just leave this less than column, press enter, and the rate will be 60, discount will be 5%. So rate will be 60 and discount will be 5%. Enter. If you have another stock item, create a price list for that particular stock item. So we have created the stock item Lux soap, the price list for the same for wholesalers. Just check. This is under the group bath soap, price level for wholesalers, applicable from 1st of April, and this is the price level. Press Ctrl A, press escape. Okay. Now we will enter purchase transaction. From which date will you enter? Any date. We have not given any specific date. It is right from the day one. So suppose we are entering on 1st of September, no problem. So purchase invoice number 60, dated so and so, party from, suppose we have purchased this from Balaji Traders, control A, no purchase order processing, party details, purchase ledger. So suppose it is not asking for the price level. First of all, we have to configure also. At this invoice level, press F12, and here we need the configuration for purchase orders. Sorry, for the price list. Just a minute. Here we have use party ledger for just a minute. What we will do? Purchase ledger. Now select the this creditor. Just press Ctrl Enter, and here we will configure first. Use price levels for party ledgers. Yes, enter. Press enter. This is Balaji Traders. We are just altering this ledger, and here we will select price level applicable. Yes, and what type of customer is this? Suppose this is wholesaler. He purchased in bulk and sells in bulk. So wholesaler, control A as it is. Okay. So we are purchasing from the Balaji Traders. We are purchasing Lux soap. Suppose, sorry, we are selling. Just a minute. Just a minute. Just a minute. Sales invoice has to be there. Okay. Enter. Sales. 1st of September. Party name. Suppose we are selling to Tata Consultancy. Whether this is daters. Here we can select as a wholesaler. Enter. And ledger, other things as it is, sales ledger, and name of the stock item. So we are selling Lux soap. Enter. No tracking available. From which godown? Suppose MG Road godown. We have 700 soaps in hand in our stock. Suppose we are selling 400 units. So bill quantity and actual quantity one and the same. Rate will come automatically 63, and discount rate will be 4%. Just I am escaping from the whole invoice. Again we will enter the same invoice with different quantities. Suppose sales, and suppose we are not selecting the data. Now we will select, we are selling it for cash. So cash ledger we will select. Here if we have not mentioned what type of data it is, or we have not altered the data's ledger, then it asks for the price level in invoice itself. So select the price level. So though we are selling in it for cash, select the price level, the party, whether it is customer within Maharashtra, outside Maharashtra, retailer or wholesaler. Suppose this is wholesaler. Enter. Ledger of sales will be sales account, Lux soap, and suppose we are selling only 100 pieces. Okay, so tracking not available, order number not available, MG Road, 100 pieces, 100 C. The rate is 63, and discount is 3%. So discount and rate has been changed depending on the quantity those we are selling. So press enter. Being goods sold. Being goods sold. So this is how we can enter the transaction where we have created the price list. So in 3 steps, we have to carry forward this feature. Carry over this feature. First, we have to open the F11 feature, enable the multiple price level, then create price levels. Different names you have to create as a price levels, and then create price list for each and every stock item. So this is how we can create price list. Now let's move to configuration part. Standard rate. Standard rate. There are possibilities that we, instead of creating price list, we can create the standard rate also. There might be standard selling rate that can be maintained to appear automatically depending on the date, whether you are selling on day one or in the next month or any other day. So depending on the month or depending on the date, the rate, selling rate, standard rate that we have mentioned, we have created, gets changed automatically and it appears in the invoice automatically. How to do? The steps are: at stock item creation or alteration screen, press F12 and configure with this. Provide standard buying and selling rates. So let's go with this example. Modify the stock item MI A3 with the following standard rate. So standard selling price for MI A3 will be from 1st of April, the rate will be 25,000 per unit numbers. From 1st September, the rate will get reduced. It will be 24,000. From 1st of December, it will be 23. And 1st of February 2024, it will be available for 22,500. So this is a standard rate. Depending on the dates, the entries should provide the rates accordingly. So let's configure our stock item MI3. So how to configure the stock item? First, we have to open or alter the stock item. Alter stock item, select the stock item MIA3, and here what we have to enable, press F12, configuration part, provide standard buying and selling rates. So here I will press F12 and provide standard buying and selling rate. This question we will enable. We will activate this question. Yes. And press Ctrl A. Just go through just press enter in this stock alteration screen. Under the phones category is there. Now maintain in batches. We don't want, you have to if you want to maintain the batches, you can maintain the batches. Here we need to alter the standard rates. Press yes. The second screen will appear where we can enter the screen. As this rate is available for selling price, so standard cost will be the purchasing cost. So it is not in our hand. It gets changed according to the purchaser, the suppliers, or from, if you change the supplier, the rate will get changed. So standard cost is not in our hand, even though we can have the standard cost listing, but we are much more interested in creating standard selling price for MIA3. So in selling price, in this section we need to enter the details. So just leave this standard cost empty, press enter, it will come to next column. Now, so standard selling price for MIA3 from 1st of April, it will be 25,000. So I will enter the applicable from 1st of April 23. It will be 25,000 per pieces is given. Okay. Then from 1st of September, it will be 24,000. Enter 1st of September, that is first line. It will be 24,000. Enter. Next date will be 1st December, 23,000. 1st December, it will be 23,000. And from 1st of Feb 24, it will be 22,500. So 1st Feb, it will be 22,500. Like this, you can alter the stock item rate, selling rate as and when it gets changed. Just open the alteration screen and provide the details. Press Ctrl A. Now let's start selling the products. This is sales invoice. If you want to change the date, you can change. Suppose date, just I am creating an invoice on 1st of 12. Enter. Party name, suppose we are selling it for cash. Enter. Control A. Price level not applicable. If you want to create a price level, you can select also, but at present we are not applying that feature. Enter. Sales ledger will be sales account. MIA3. Select the stock item. Go down. At present I have 8 pieces, and we are selling 2 pieces on 1st of December. See, check. If you sell the product on 1st of December, the rate will be 23,000 per stock item. So I am pressing 2 from the keyboard and press enter. 23,000. The rate is 20. Okay. It's coming by default rate. Okay, okay. Just a minute. I have to check. Voucher 1, 2nd December. Okay. Party name cash. Control A. Control A. No price level. Sales ledger. MIA3. How much I have entered? Let me check first. MIA3, 23,000. Yes, okay. So just enter the, go down 2 pieces, showing 23,000. Just a minute. We might have the rate also. Voucher from 1st of March. Party name will be Novelty Mobile Shopee. Sales account MIA3. Go down will be MG Road, 2 pieces. I think there is some problem over here. It should show. Once again, we will go through the same. Just a minute. I have to check the stock summary also. Just alter the screen of stock item MIA3 standard rate 1st of April 23. It will be 25,000 per pieces. Just I'm pressing enter from my keyboard. Control A, Control A. Voucher from 1st of April. Party name cash. Price level not applicable. Sales account MIA3. Tracking not available to 24,000. Just let me check. 24,000 per piece. Just a minute. I have to share one more screen with you. One more sharing. Control A. Okay, just a minute. There is something, somewhat problem is going on. Let me change the stock item. Suppose the stock item, we will create new stock item. MIA4. We will create new stock item MIA4. Suppose it is mobile phones. So no category available. Enter units per pieces. We will create a standard rates from 1st of April. We will, the rate will be 25. How much we have mentioned? 25,000. From 1st September, the rate will be 24,000. From 1st December, the rate will be 23,000. And from 1st of February, the rate will be 22,500. Enter. Control A. Okay. Now we will enter the sales transaction. Go to date change, cash, ledger. We are selling it for cash. No price level applicable. Sales MIA4. So we don't have the stock at present, but just we will try to enter the sales invoice. MIA4 from MG Road location. 4 pieces we are selling. So depending on the date, 1st of September, it is showing the 24,000. For earlier stock item, there was some issues. I have to check, sort them. But for the time being, you can create a new stock item and enter the transaction. As we don't have the stock in our godown, it is showing negative stock item. So this is how we can have the standard rates for price levels for different stock items. So if any problem arises, what we have to do, just shut down the tally and restart your tally. It will get solved. The problem, the issues of the like this, any configuration issue or features issue can be solved by just closing or shutting down the tally and restart the same. As we are in the video lecture, we cannot close this tally, or again we need to share the files and all everything. So that's why I have continued with the another stock item. So press Control A, create this invoice. Control A. So this is how we can enter the stock items with the standard rate. Now the next part is additional cost of purchase. If you are purchasing any goods, and while purchasing we pay different charges like loading charges, unloading charges, freight, transportation charges. All these additional expenses are known as cost of purchase. All these expenses should get added to the cost of the product so that we can arrive proper costing of that particular product, and then we can decide how much profit we need from each, and we should generate from each and every product. So additional cost of purchase can be maintained using the configuration part. So the expenses incurred for purchasing the products can be added to the products cost. How to do it? At expenses, ledger, create or alteration screen, go for configuration, press F12. And then we have to activate, select appropriation methods to allocate additional cost in invoice mode for purchase only. So here if you enable or activate this question, we can add the expenses incurred while purchasing the product to the product cost, and select the method of appropriation in invoice mode. Suppose here is the example. Purchase following stock items and incurred freight expenses of rupees 1,000. Suppose we have purchased hair oil, parachute hair oil, 200 bottles at the rate of 50, and Amla hair oil, 200 bottles at the rate of 80. And while purchasing them, we incurred a freight expense of rupees 1,000. So let's go through this question. Additional cost of invoice. First, we will create both the stock items. So go to creation window, item, stock item, parachute hair oil. We can create a group as a hair oil. I'm pressing Alt C, hair oil, primary, and quantities to be added. Yes. So this is a parachute hair oil, and category. It's okay. No need to create a category for this. Then units will be bottles. Yes, we have this type of bottle, and here we need to press F12. See, at sorry, not here, at expense ledger, we here we need to press F12 for configuration. Suppose you want us we want to make add the batches, you can add, or if you want to have the standard buying and selling rates, just we have learned earlier. So here you can have the standard buying and selling rates available for these products also. At present I'm keeping it no. So we have created parachute hair oil, and we will purchase, so there is no opening stock. And then the next question, then next product is amla hair oil. So amla hair oil, this is again hair oil, and bottles can be used as a counting measurement. Press escape. Now we will create ledger freight expense. This is our direct expense. Why it is direct expense? Because we are spending them at the time of purchasing the raw materials or products those we are using for trading purpose. So all these will go to trading part, trading account. So these are the direct expenses, and here we will enable the question F12. The question needs to be enabled, activated is select appropriation method to allocate additional cost in invoice mode for purchase only. So enable this question, press yes, control A. Invoice inventory values are affected, no. This is expense ledger, so it will not affect the inventory method of appropriation. Now here you have to select the method of appropriation in purchase invoice. What type of method it is, whether these expenses can be appropriated by quantity or value. Suppose if you select this appropriate by quantity, whatever the total cost of this expenses will get divided by quantity, number of quantities that we have purchased, and the amount that will come, the division amount that will come, will get added to each and every product's rate. Or if you select the method as appropriation by value, so whatever the amount of invoice comes, that amount will get divided by the expenses of freight, and whatever the rate comes, it will get added to the per stock item value. So it based on any type of calculation depending on whatever the methods that you have selected in your company. So I am selecting this appropriate by quantity. Cost centers are not applicable. I'm pressing this no. I don't want to enable this cost center features for this expense, and pressing control A. Now we will enter purchase invoice. Voucher, go to purchase invoice. So any day, date will be 1st of September, or we can take it 1st of April. Purchase invoice, purchase 35. Party name, suppose we are buying it for cash, enter. Cash ledger details, purchase ledger. Name of item, it's a parachute hair oil. How much quantity we are buying? 200 bottles at the rate of 50. So no tracking available. We will store it at MG Road, Godown, 200 bottles. Bill quantity, actual quantity, one and the same. Rate is 50 per bottle. No discount available. So I'm entering just simple invoice, 200 bottles purchased at the rate of 50. Enter, enter, enter. Then next is Amla hair oil, 200 bottles at the rate of 80. Amla hair oil, no tracking available. Store at MG Road, 200 bottles. billed and quantity one and the same at the rate of 80 per bottle. Now see, parachute hair oil per bottle amount is 50 rupees, and for amla bottle per bottle amount is rate is 80 rupees. After entering all the stock items, and when your cursor is below this total amount, here we will add the additional cost of purchase, that is freight expenses. So freight expenses per rate, or you can have the total amount. So total amount is 1000 rupees. I am adding 1000 rupees over here. So total billing will be 26,000 plus this 1000, 27,000 will be the billing amount. Enter. As this is cash expense, purchase cash purchases, it is asking only for the narration being goods purchased. Now at in this invoice we have entered the rate per bottle 50 for parachute and 80 rupees for amla hair oil. Press Ctrl A and now check the stock summary. Go to stock summary, enter, and hair oil. See, for amla hair oil it is showing 82.50, and whereas parachute hair oil is 52.50. It means that 1000 gets added to each and every bottle's rate. And how it is calculated? Total bottles purchased 400 and total expense of freight was 1000. So 1000 divided by 400 comes 2.50 paisa. So the 2.50 rate will get added to rate of that particular hair oil bottle. So 80 rupees was the rate of amla hair oil, and in that 2.50 gets added the rate, the costing of that particular bottle is now 82.50. Same way, parachute hair oil was purchased for 50 rupees, added 2.50 as a freight per bottle, and now the cost of the goods is parachute hair oil. And on this we can say, we if we want 30% as a profit on this. So what we will do, we will calculate how to open the calculator in tally screen. Just press Ctrl N. Here we get the calculator. Suppose I would like to sell amla plus amla bottle, amla hair oil bottle, and would like to enjoy 30% price hike, you can say profit on this bottle. So what will be my rate for bottle for selling purpose? So what I will do, press enter 82.50 into how much percent of profit we need, 30%. So the amount will be 24.75. This profit amount should get added to the cost of goods purchase. So 82.50 plus 24.75, so 107.25. If I sales the bottle amla bottle at the rate of 107.25, then I can earn 30% as a profit on my cost of goods purchased. So this is how we can create the standard rates for purchase sellings also with the required profit. So this is how we can use calculator in Tally. Just press escape to arrive at main screen, or you can have the same toggle button, control N for calculator, control N to go in the tally part. So additional cost of purchase. Next part is set credit limit. So suppose the credit limit needs to be set, and accordingly we need to pass the invoice. In that case, what we have to do, this we will learn in this part. What is credit limit? Credit limit means setting a limit for the customer. Maximum amount of credit to be provided to the customer is known as a credit limit setting for that particular customer. It can be set individually for the customer. So for each and every customer, we can decide whether we need to sell the products above the credit limit or not. So we need to set the credit limit, and if you set the credit limit, we cannot enter the invoice crossing the credit limit. Suppose the steps, suppose we have this creditor, we have this debtor, alter novelty, novelty mobile shop. This is our debtor, okay, and we need to set the credit limit for this debtor. How to select? How to set the credit limit? At this debtor's ledger creation or alteration screen, press F12, activate provide credit limits, and then specify the credit limit. So I will activate here provide credit limit. We are on the alteration screen of the debtor. Press F12 and activate provide credit limits. Here, this is the question. Provide credit limits. We will activate this question. Yes. Control A. Now just go through the screen. Pricing level, we are not applying pricing level. Maintain bill by bill details. Yes. Now here, default credit period, we can have the 30 days, 40 days, whatever credit limit. Now we can specify the credit limit. Suppose we can specify the credit limit of 75,000. If the invoice amount gets crossed to 75,000, the invoice will not get entered. Enter. But rest of the things as it is. Control A. Now we will try to save the products. It is purchase invoice. Change it to sales invoice. Date will be any date. Party name will be novelty. Mobile shopping. And price level not applicable. Sales account. Suppose we are selling LG 4K Ultra HD from Godown, MG Road. Suppose we are selling 500 pieces. The per rate is 35,600. So amount of invoice will be 1,78,000. Just press enter, 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 enter. Other goods, if we are selling the same, list out them, enter, give reference. I'm just accepting the screen and see. It will not accept the voucher as we have set the credit limit for novelty mobile shopee as 75,000, and currently we are entering the bill of rupees 1,78,000. So above 75 it will not accept. So I'm just pressing escape key, and once again we will try to enter with a single unit of LG 4K Ultra. One. So now the invoice amounting to rupees 35,600. Let's check whether it will get accepted or not. Yes, enter, enter, enter. Yes, it is asking whether to accept it or not. If it has crossed the limit, it will not appear. This screen will not appear. It will show error message. So press yes for accept. This is how we can set credit limit for the debtors. So what we have learned in this session: tally invoicing features and their configuration. So first one was actual and bill quantity, where we can have two columns for actual goods sold and the rate charged on bill quantity. Then separate discount column, if you want to enter any trade discount, we use this feature separate discount column. Price list can be created for different stock items, where we can provide the number of goods sold, the quantities to be sold, and depending on the quantities the rate can differ, or you can offer the discount also. Instead of creating price list, we can have a standard rate also. We can create standard rates for selling purpose. Even purchases also we can create the standard rate, but it is not in our hand, it is in the hands of the supplier. So selling rate is always in our hand. We can create standard rate for selling the products. So you can have the standard rates that can be used, or the invoice choose or arrives the rate automatically depending on the dates. Additional cost of purchase: if any products purchased with additional expenses like loading, unloading, or any other charges like freight charges, transportation charges, those costs should get added to purchase and it should get reflected in the costing of that product. So for that we need to enable the configuration part of that particular expense ledger, and this is known as the additional cost of purchase. And we can set the credit limit for the debtors. Maximum amount of credit to be provided to the customer can be set, and this we need to set individually for each and every customer. And beyond that amount, we cannot enter the transaction. It doesn't allow us to enter the transaction if the amount gets crossed for that particular debtor. So these are the different tally invoicing features and configurations can be used at a time. All the configurations and features can be used in a single invoice also. So try to enable all these features and configuration in a single invoice and check the stock summary. So practice the same. Thank you for the today session. Thank you.